Hello, friends. This is Tony DeSantis, space rocker of the planet Earth, back with another video today. Like I mentioned, I was gonna start this sequence of videos about living a more carefree life, living a more carefree life, and eventually with the objectivity of achieving financial freedom. So stick around and you're going to learn something today. If I get a recap, yesterday and the day before, I was talking about the things that you need to do to be able to do these things. And one of them is live within your means. Then I went and explained about that. You could go back and get that video, live within your means. And then I explained about making a budget, which is very important, making a budget. But today, I got my Brooklyn, New York shirt. You see it? Brooklyn, New York shirt. A place that I like a lot. But I don't like it right now with the situation. I don't like it. I won't be get caught in Brooklyn, New York right now. But that's besides the point. Let me tell you about one of the things that you need to do to be able to achieve financial freedom. And we're going to keep on going on this. And you could write this one down. Get out of debt. What do you mean by that, Tony? Get out of debt. Well, exactly that. Get out of debt. Easier said than done. Easier said than done, definitely. And along the way, in other days, I'm going to explain to you about good debt and bad debt. There's two kinds of debts, good debt and bad debt. But today's video is going to be about getting out of debt. Because how you going to progress, how you going to get ahead in life if you owe everything? If you owe this guy, if you owe this other guy, if you owe this other guy. I was talking about making a budget and expenses that happen every month. Now you got to make more money to be able to save some money and turn around and invest that money. But we haven't got there yet because we got the big C. The big C. The big C. Credit card debt. The worst one. Credit card debt. And as long as you have credit card debt, you're doomed. Now, you want to get to the point where you use credit to your favor. And if you use credit and you can pay it that same month, that's a good thing. That builds up your credit. And we're going to talk about that in another video. But get out of debt. You got to have control over your debt. And mainly what happens is, the first thing that happens when somebody turns 18, you got Visa knocking on your door. You got MasterCard. You got Discover. You got all kind of people knocking at your door. All kind of banks. Even your banks. They all got credit cards. Chase credit card. Or Capital One credit card. Or Bank of America credit card. or Wells Fargo credit card, or you name it. Well, you can have all these credit cards as long as you can pay them. Now, if you start being unable to pay these credit cards, that's when you start getting in trouble. And you paying on the interest, you're accumulating interest and paying interest and doing minimum payments, forget it. It's going to be very, very hard to get out of that. Now, you could start with something. If you already got in trouble, I got a solution for you. Okay? And pay attention to this. You could use the snowball effect. Tony, what's the snowball effect? What is that? Exactly that. What you do is you get the highest credit card that you have, that you owe, and you start paying on that one more money. You start devoting most of your money to that one right there. Most of the money that you have left, you start tackling let's say that one you owe $1,000, and the other ones you owe $300, $400, $700, whatever. You start tackling the one that you owe the most. And once you finish with that one, then you get on the other one. Let's say you got $700, and meanwhile you're paying the other ones on a minimum payment to be able to tackle the first one. Some people get into trouble like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 credit cards. By the time they're 23, they start at 18. By the time they're 23, they got 5 credit cards with maximum payments. Maxed out. If the credit card gave you $1,000, you owe $1,500. And that's mainly what happens. But in order to get out of debt, in that kind of debt, which is very, 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 the C word, credit card debt, you have to tackle that debt. And once you tackle that debt and you have all that under control, you'll be able to save some money. And after you save it, you'll be able to devote that money to investing. And we will be talking about all that once that happens. But you cannot make that happen if you don't get rid of this credit card debt. So the lesson for today is get out of debt. Especially get out of credit card debt. And we'll talk about other things tomorrow. And with this one, I want to say hi to everybody. I want to say hi to all the people around the world that follow my music and follow my videos. I know who you are, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. This is Tony DeSant, space rocker of the planet Earth, still living in this beautiful planet called Earth. Today, with the message of, get out of debt. I'll see you on my next video.